What's going on YouTube? Blaze Shadowthorn here, back again with another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This one's gonna be a UU match against Daniel, aka the Gaming Gengar, Gengar Gaming, something along those lines. I'm terrible at remembering usernames. I'm sorry, but looking over at my team, I brought an Infernape, especially offensive Salamence. I know they're really common in VGC, but most of them are mixed. Dragon Dance, Fire Blast maybe, but this is a full-on special Scarf set. I brought a defensive Gourgeist, Kabutops, mainly because, Kabutops, it's a cool Pokemon to have, actually. The standard Hawlucha set, and then a Mega Absol. The main part was, he said bring borderline Pokemon, so I did bring Salamence and Hawlucha, which are both borderline. As looking over at his team, he brought a Jirachi, which I'm like, oh, good God, that thing is always going to be a pain. Chandelure and, Exploud, that's the thing. I was thinking Scrappy, which is ability, but no, Exploud. Those two things are pretty big threats, as are the Groudon and the Golurk as physical threats. And then Diggersby is just Diggersby. If it's Scarfed, it's guaranteed to get at least one kill. It is guaranteed to get one kill. The only thing I have to counter it is going to be my Gourgeist, so I'm going to have to play around that. So, getting right into the match, he's going to be leading off with his Groudon. That's fine by me. I'm going to lead off with my Infernape. I know, judging off of, I'm just going to make the play that he's not going to go for an Aqua Jet first turn, which means I'm going to be able to outspeed it. Going to go for the U-turn, get a huge chunk of damage off. If he wanted to switch out, that's fine. I still get momentum. And I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go on my Gourgeist for either Dragon Dance or a water attack, both of which is fine. I'm going to Frisk. I'm going to find the Focus Sash. I broke it Sash. Right, he's going to go for a Crab Hammer. That's fine by me. That does absolutely nothing against Gourgeist. Now right here, it was pretty risky, as he could have carried knockoff and knocked off my leftovers, but I was making the play that he's either going to Dragon Dance or just sack it off, so I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp, because I know nothing on his team really wants to take a Will-O-Wisp. As he brings in the Diggersby, that thing's going to get burned. I'm like, alright, yes! I'm going to be able to take these hits so much better now, as watch how much this Earthquake does. That Earthquake did literally nothing to me, as I'm going to go for the Leech Seed, actually predicting to switch out into something to take my Grass type attack, because, Seed Bomb is pretty obvious. So, I'm just going to seed that Diggersby. This Diggersby is no longer, I crippled the Diggersby, which is great for me, so I don't have to worry about that thing coming in late game and just with a Scarf, just earthquaking everything. So what he's going to do now is he's going to switch out. That's fine by me. It's burned. It's not a threat anymore. You can send out Exploud, which I'm like, okay, Exploud, that's fine. Just going to go for the Seed Bomb really quick, just burn, not burn, just do some damage off of that. Now, I'm not quite sure what this thing wants to do, so I'm going to predict the Ice Beam and go out into my Kabutops. So I'm thinking that's what it's going to do. As instead goes for the Boom Burst, I'm like, why would you go for Boom Burst? I'm a Ghost type. I guess were you predicting my switch or something? Right here, I kind of figured that Kabutops was going to be faster than Exploud, so instead of going for the Aqua Jet, I'm going to go for the Life Orb Waterfall, hoping to get the flinch or the KO. Unfortunately for me, I get neither, and he's just going to Specs Boom Burst me, which at least I assume it Specs. Okay, so it Specs Boom Burst. That's very strange. I'm just going to go back out into my Gourgeist now, and you're going to be forced to switch, and I can burn something. As I'm going to Frisk, I find the Choice Specs, so I'm like, okay, yeah, and then it hit me. It's Scrappy. I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. How did I forget about Scrappy? So I just lose my Gourgeist there for no apparent reason. I could have easily prevented that, but no. So what he's going to do now is he's going to switch out. That's fine by me. I don't really care at this point in time. It's at a low enough range of HP. So I'm just going to use her off, pretty much figuring that if he's going to sack it off, I outspeed. If he's going to switch, I at least get momentum on that. So I'm just going to U-turn him right out. Right off of this Chandelure, that's fine by me. Now I have to bring in something to deal with this Chandelure. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, so I pretty much figured my absolute be my best bet. I can Mega Up, go for a Sucker Punch, and just knock it out. Because, most Chandelures, sub or Sash or Scarf. So I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch. Unfortunately for me, it is going to turn out to be a sub Chandelure, so I'm like, good God, this is going to be a problem. So I'm forced to switch out. I'm thinking, alright, what do I have to break this thing sub? So I'm going to go out to my Specsman. I'm just going to try and intimidate this Chandelure. But it turns out it's sub Calm Mind, which tells me, though, that it probably only has Fire Blast, Horn, and or Shadow Ball, which is good knowledge for me to know so that, I can bring in something. Because it doesn't have the the coverage moves that most like a Scarf Chandelure wouldn't have the power fighting or anything. So I'm gonna just go for the Hydro Pump in hopes of breaking that thing's sub, which it does, as it's gonna go for 5 Blast now. That's fine by me. I know at +1 it'll hurt, but I don't think it'll knock me out, as it does do around half. Fortunately for him, it doesn't. Fortunately for me, however, I don't get the burn. So I'm just gonna be able to 2-hit KO that Chandelure with the Hydro Pump, which is great. Now that Chandelure's down, don't have to worry about it. And hey, Spexments gets killed. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna bring in the Jirachi. I'm not sure what Jirachi's set this is gonna be, so I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go on my Infinite, pretty much predicting like an Ice Punch maybe, or maybe like a Wish or Calm Mind or something. But instead it goes for the Iron Head, which is like, okay, it's fine. And then it outspeeds me, and then it hits me. This man is using Scarfed Jirachi, and he crit flinches me, and I'm like, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. Stop flinching me. Ugh. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go out with my Spexments, pretty much to get the Intimidate drop off, because I know with the Intimidate drop I can live 1 Iron Head and then maybe threaten it out. But it goes for the Iron Head. I am able to live this. So what I feel my best play is gonna be is it's gonna switch out, so then I can bring in my Hawlucha and threaten it out with like a high jump kick or something maybe, and then once I get my Unburden boost I can outspeed it and stuff like that. So anyway, it's gonna go for the Iron Head. That's fine. I'm gonna risk the fact of me not getting flinched. Please don't get flinched. I don't get flinched. I don't miss high jump kick, and I'm gonna go for high jump kick, get a huge chunk of damage off. Now I'm gonna save my Hawlucha basically for Death Fodder later. Gonna bring in my Spexments, fodder that thing off, get it down to -2 in attack. So now the Iron Head's gonna be doing anything. So basically now I have to deal with this Jirachi. Now it's at -2, so it's easy dealable. So the Iron Head, even though there is a huge chance for it to flinch, I won't have to, I won't die. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in my Absol now, because at this point in time though I could not risk him switching out, so I had to play it safe and go for the Sucker Punch. As he does switch out, go on to his next one, that's fine by me. I can just Sucker Punch this thing, because I know it's Specs, so he's gonna have to attack me, so I'm just gonna be able to Sucker Punch the X-Bug. Knock it out. That is not going to be a threat anymore. So now it's just a prediction game, basically. What is he going to do? So he's going to bring in his Diggersby. I'm not sure what this thing wants to do, and I don't want to take any unnecessary damage. So what I am going to do is I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Hawlucha. Just basically as Death Fodder, I just want to gauge and see what this Diggersby wants to do. As it's going to go for a quick attack. Because it's burned, I am going to be able to live that quick attack. Now, however, unfortunately, it did do enough damage to where into it. And right here is where I make a bit of a misplay. I'm gonna, after my Hawlucha phase, I'm gonna bring in my Absol after the burn damage, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's blocking the break attack. I can out-prioritize the Sucker Punch because Absol is faster than the right? Wrong. I forgot it's Scarfed. Like, it never registered in my mind that this is Scarfed, so it is gonna be able to outspeed my Sucker Punch. And I'm like, oh my god. So right there, I could have avoided unnecessary. I take unnecessary damage right here if I would have just let the play route from the very beginning and knocked out the Diggersby. I would have been at a much higher HP range, but no, I had to play. I wasn't thinking. So, anyways, what it's gonna do now is it's gonna bring in the Crawdon. Right here, I thought for a moment he's gonna go for Dragon Dance. I honestly thought it, but I was like, no, I have to risk it. Go for the Sucker Punch, and sets up a Dragon Dance. I'm like, God, I'm getting outplayed. This is not fun. It's not fun getting outplayed. But anyways, I'm hoping that even after the +1, since I know Crawdon is low, so I will be able to outspeed his Aqua Jet. And I don't know if he went for Aqua Jet or not, but I still hopefully think that I would have been able to outspeed, and I'm able to knock out the Crawdon, which is great. So now what he's going to do is he's going to bring in Golurk, and I'm like, alright. Here's where it is. I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch. And here's where it is. I get a crit right here, and I'm going to do a Cal, probably, and put a Cal over the side of it. I don't know if that crit mattered. I'm going to say it doesn't. Probably did, though. I don't know, though. But I get a crit there, and that will allow me to then outspeed and knock out the Jirachi with another Sucker Punch. And that will lead me very narrow to victory, because I was actually out of Sucker Punches at that point in time. If you did a count, I did 8, because I did PB max it out. But, you know, that was the game. Pretty close match. If it wasn't for, if that crit mattered, I probably would have lost. Because, you know, if Golurk could take one, then I would have brought in my Infinite, Revenge killed it with, like, U-turn or something, I don't know, Flare Blitz. Would have been able to live the recoil damage, because it would have left me with probably like around 3 HP. And then the Scarf Jirachi would have came in here and just iron-headed me to death. So, that was that. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the match. If you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment. And yeah, I will see you all next Wi-Fi battle. Bye.